It's your boy Big Rob back in my house for Sunday's Rant and Ramble. If it's your first time checking this segment out, a little different than our live show, which we air Monday through Friday. And here we do more Q&A, more open discussion with Big Rob's life thesis and how to increase that portfolio. Some basic general financial kind of insight. As well, if you're a mess in real life, if you're a mess in your finances, your bank account, you're probably gonna be a mess in your portfolio, your crypto account. So I'm just gonna discuss some of that stuff, but more of an open conversation, more of the community, more feedback from me. So let me know what you guys are doing. Let me know what's up. I'm excited for today. It's Memorial Day weekend. Bitcoin's over 27,000, 27.3. Bitcoin's moving. Crypto's moving. The debt ceiling, that whole bomb thing is gone. And probably gonna wake up tomorrow and cook some hamburgers. Well, of course, after the show, cook later the show, but. And if you're new here, say hello so we can drop an hola back at you. We do have a few familiar faces in here today. You know, actually, I saw my boy Crit Cats. Crit Cats is in here. I was looking over the Cardano video and I see him down there in the chat talking to old Charles Hoskinson. So, now, without further ado, let's get the all right. So, what we got here today? Crypto 420, Talladega, Brian Mavor, Destroyer up in here. Crypto Brad, Jason Farani, Baby G, Armzilla, Mr. Young Fargo, Jessica, Aru, Y, spelled W-H-Y, Servando, and Free. Free says Olaf from Montana. To all of you, hola! Supreme 100 says music. Yeah, we do music here. I'm a big music guy. Eric Carter says Olaf from Petersburg, IN. Where are you guys checking in from? Let's do a check-in. Check-in. Las Vegas. I'm excited today, man. Wanna know why? Because next week I'm gonna have a full week of the show. And I've been gone. Was at BitBoy Studio. I was at Consensus and Bitcoin Miami. So now I'm dropping the anchor. I'm gonna be hanging out, doing the show. I'm excited. Also, if you've watched this before, you already know. Oh, Marcus 99 is from Vegas too. What's up, Marcus? So, a little bit about my kind of view on the week. You guys might already be familiar. Sunday's my favorite day because Sunday is my report card, right? Sunday, I get to look like, how did my week shape up? What were the things that I wanted to accomplish? Did I check those off? Did I not finish certain things? And I get to assess my productivity and my goals throughout the week. And so for me, Sunday is a reflection of that. And so I'll pat myself on the back if I finish something, and I assess why didn't I finish something else. Now, Monday, tomorrow, we start. Cincinnati Crypto has our big meeting, so we're gonna make some decisions on the every quarter we get together. So got a lot of, and I don't want to give out any I don't want to spoil too many details, but we are gonna be adding a lot of new products to our brand, some new faces, and so you're gonna see Sin City Crypto scale up and change a little bit. So we're excited about that. Now, tomorrow we will be going live at 11 a.m. So for those of you here, we're gonna shorten the show a little bit, and don't really want to go into the reasons why, but just know we're shortening it by a little bit, just on the front end. So instead of us launching at 10:30 Vegas time, also known as 1:30 Eastern time, we'll be going at 11 Pacific, 2 Eastern. Be a 1 hour show, so we're gonna shorten it up just a little bit, and we're gonna give that a try for a little bit, and then who knows, we might adjust the time again, but YouTube's kind of finicky on this stuff. Now, also, I do see a few new people. We got Toby Chapman in here, Jeff K, and then Screwdriver, Mesh Tokenomics. I think a couple of you have been here before, but to all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. So excited. Some big changes. We're trying to expand our production. So if you've watched us since the beginning, or if you've been around for a while, you'll know that our product has morphed and changed over the times. The last year and a half. I think we're at a year and a half. No, actually a year, 1.75 years. Because we launched our channel in I think it was September of 2021. And we had our official launch in studio basically in January of 2022. So that's kind of when we had that look that we have now. And even then, we were just three guys from the restaurant industry, and we didn't really know much about video and audio production. So, and not to mention just networking and keeping the internet up and not having the stream go down. So we had pretty ambitious sights set from the get-go. And so it took us at least, I'd say, 8 months to probably even find ourselves and get a product that was reliable without crashing, or that looked appealing visually, and the audio wasn't trash. So now it's time for us. We got this all out of the way. It's time for us to scale up and grow. So I'm excited to have all of you here growing with us and being part of the Sin City crypto community. We do aspire to be one of the largest channels, if not the largest channel in crypto YouTube. And it's not because we're trying to pat our own ego. It's because we're trying to spread the message that we believe in out there to the crypto community. Because at the end of the day, the message from a lot of crypto influencers is this of, hey, make money fast, these altcoins, and here's how to trade leverage. There is a space for all of that, but for me, I want to make people aware of crypto. So if people are curious about crypto, what it can do, let's just say for someone new in retail, someone that has no exposure, no portfolio, or has just simply dabbled in meme coins from time to time, we want to reach out to those people, and we want to expose them to the positive aspects of crypto, and not just the speculative price. Hey, put 1,000 in, make 10,000. Let's brainstorm and let's think about the possibilities of crypto and where our sector is going and what it's going to change and impact. Now, if I was doing a show back in 2001 and in 1998, and we were talking about, hey, this is an internet show, like we're going to talk about the future of internet and technology and all the possibilities. Just imagine having a show where you're talking about like, dude, everyone's going to communicate online. Like, your phones are going to be always plugged in online. You're going to be communicating through, text messages, and then from there, your media is going to be consumed there. Your relationships are going to be expanded there. You're not going to have resumes, emails. Anyways, you could just keep expanding on the positive sides of the internet revolution, right? Or you could have a channel where just saying, hey, we're going to show you how to make money in these internet stocks. Like, buy this internet stock. Now, remember, in the early days of the internet, 95% of these internet companies essentially went under. It was only a small fraction of companies that originally launched in the era of the blooming internet age. There's only a handful of companies that are still here around today. IBM, Google, Yahoo. There was a lot of them, man, before. And so we're not going to get it right, but I think the more important message to say is to say, hey guys, wake up, look what's coming. And we are going to talk about speculation. We are going to talk about where you can make money because, hey, you know what? This is finance. And in finance, well, there's a lot of money to be made. And so we're in like the early days of the stock market, almost. This is on a global level. And so that's our mission, is to inform and educate as many people as possible with the promise of crypto outside of just simply making money. And that's what our goal here is. And I hope that through my education and my communication with my community here is that you also will have these conversations with people that are also curious or are getting taken advantage of and are in need of a solution outside of the traditional financial system. And you don't need to look any further than your checking account, where you pay $15 a month to have Bank of America service your checking account. If you get overdraft fees, or sending money or getting taxed by sending money abroad, and all of these are easy, quick fixes through crypto. Then it can expand from there. You can do ticketing, and as far as like sporting events and arenas, concerts. Then you have the rise of the NFTs. So you have the potential for artists to monetize themselves and not give away all their money to these large companies, your Spotify's, who gives you pennies on the pennies for each, fractions of pennies for your songs. And so there's only a handful, I don't want to say a handful, but there's a very, very small percentage of artists that are actually generating any kind of sustainable income from Spotify and some of these other platforms. And so yet another example of how these large industries and corporations just profit off everyone else, and it makes it hard to break out. Now, if you guys got any questions, or if you're something you want to know about Big Rob, go ahead and drop that into the chat, and be glad to give you my thoughts. Also, let me know. Well, first of all, let me know what you're going to be doing for Memorial Day. Do you have any plans, or simply are you just working and grinding? Let me know what you're planning for today and tomorrow on this Memorial Day weekend. This is what I deem the changing of the spring to summer, right? Or it's kind of the change in seasons. This is when, after Memorial Day here in the States, it's the pool season's coming up, right? And so that's always exciting. So I'm gonna play a little bit of little music here. So if you're also new here, know that we do play a little music here, little vibes, Sunday vibes today. So yeah. And he said, when house party. Oh yeah, and then also have this let me see here. Trying to figure out this chat thing here. There we go. So Reckles says, when house party at your pad? I used to have a lot of house parties, man, to the point like I was destroying my house. This is when I was my younger days. I was 21. It was all about the house parties, man. Kegs and I had a one house party. It was we had it in the backyard, and got a bunch of 4x4s, long pieces of wood, and then I put black tarp and then just made a big party backyard thing. It was a lot of what we call jungle juice, where you just take a bunch of juices and add vodka and rum and fruit. Yeah, those are those days. I don't. Those things are glorified, but like, what a disaster those things were, though. Like those days of just massive drinking. I'm glad that I get my satisfaction from building and educating and working towards something greater, and that's what brings me satisfaction. When I was younger, my satisfaction was, oh, how much can I drink? How many people can I invite over to my house? So I've shifted my priorities, so I'm pretty excited about that. And then what else we got here? Brian says he'll be eating a spaghetti bowl and drinking bourbon. There you go. And then Dave Digital says Olaf from Baytown. We got Ola's here. And then let's get this thing started. Let's start off a Ola train, by the way, and hit the like button. We only got 30 likes. What's going on here? So drop an Ola. I'm gonna drop the first one, and then we're gonna get this show going. And Destroyer says his days of drinking are long gone. All right, so let's see how many low laws we can get in here. And oh dang, Mike says, what's up with that ironing board though? Dang, you got me, man. Hey, you gotta stay fresh pressed out here. Those are my my napkins, my cloth napkins. I use cloth napkins. Is anybody else out here using cloth napkins? There's a lot of, you don't need, you just get a big stack of them. You get like 40 of them, and then you put them in the washing machine. Boom, there you go. All right. So let's take a quick look at the markets here. Now, pull this up. Right. So you got Bitcoin coming in at $27,348. And this is a nice little run up. So taking a look at the 24 hours, remember we were testing 25,000 just a couple days ago. And so you can take a look at the week here. And so we were down here 26.1. We were testing 25,000 mark. And we had a nice run up here about a day and a half ago, where we went from 26.4 up to 26.7. And then this morning we broke 27,000, and we're trending upward. So nice movement. I mean, even 3 hours ago, we were right at the bottom of 27,000, and now we're headed up to 27.5. So good to see the Bitcoin price movement. And Kevin Cortez says, "You iron napkins?" Yes, I do. I mean, well, you can't, if you take the napkin, if you take your cloth napkins and then you don't iron them, well, I mean, they're gonna be, what's the point? Anyways, yeah, I'm weird, I guess. And then we got a bunch of Olas here, so Ola. And then if you guys are Gala fans, we have Bitbender coming on the show Tuesday as well. So if you're a Gala holder and you want to know more about what they got going on, by all means. I also just downloaded Grit. I haven't played it yet, but I downloaded and installed the game. It was like an hour to download. It's available on PCs. You can download it through Steam and Epic Game Launcher. And I am excited to give that a try. Battle Royale, like a Western style one. If I had already played it and had it set up, maybe I would have played like 10 minutes of it here on air, but I did not. All right. So to take, get back at the charts here. So 27,300. on Bitcoin, and then let's take a look at the overall markets. You got Ethereum at 1,847. Looks like the top 10 is kind of hanging out. Solana's up 5%, so that's one of the biggest movers of the day. And let's take a look at the top 100 biggest gainers. Sandbox up 7%, and Injective Protocol up 7%. Also, Solana, as I mentioned, up there as well. Not too much in the red though. You can see Pepe is down, Singularity, and then you got the stable coins. So not much here in the red. Just the Pepe. I think the meme coin thing might be dying out a little bit. I think ordinals are seeming to gain traction, and I think we're going to get a pause on the meme coins. That's my perspective. I've been wrong about this before. I thought the meme coin thing was going to die out at some point during the bull run, but meme coins kind of just kept chugging along all bull market in 2021. So yeah, I'm was pretty surprised then, but I think that you're going to get a calm down here. And then Luke says, happy Memorial Day weekend. It's a shelf. Let's see here. Jimmy owns all the Gala. Yeah, I know Jimmy is is Jimmy here? I haven't seen him yet. He's a big Gala guy. And then we got a long one here. Centralized music distribution is, he said his band strength, he didn't even make enough revenue on our album and removed it from every platform. Yeah, the business model that we have right now on the music industry it's an absolute joke. It's the only people that are making money is these top these top artists, and even then they got to go out and do concerts. I think most of the Adeles and the Taylor Swift, they make most of their revenue from concerts. We see them here in Vegas all the time. They'll have residency. Adele's been playing at Caesar's Palace. Taylor Swift has sold out the Raiders stadium, I think like 3 times in like a week, or 2 times in a week. I don't remember. They had more than one show that they sold out an entire stadium. Stadium seats 80,000 people, man, and it's or 65, 80. I don't know. There's a lot of damn people they can fit in there, and that's something that would draw. That usually entire sports franchise teams, home and away, would take to fill these stadiums, and you have one musician that comes in and just sells that thing out. So that's where they make a lot of their money, because the revenue model that is streaming is broken. It is broken. I don't know if crypto will fix it, but I think it will take some of the money that is I think they'll take some of the money that goes to these executives of the music industry, and I think it'll go back into the hands of the musicians and the artists. And will it be enough to sustain, young artists? Probably not, because even then you're still going to be getting pennies, I guess, for streaming through blockchains versus or blockchain platform versus the traditional centralized media source. All right, so I want to get right into it. The White House and Republicans reach a tentative deal to avoid U.S. default. So this is kind of the big headline for the weekend. And, we had the debt ceiling crisis looming for quite some time. And we didn't know what this was going to mean for the markets, both traditional markets and crypto markets. Traditional markets, we were assuming that with any kind of U.S. debt default, it was going to be maybe the catalyst to a depression or just mass pandemonium. Who knows? Anyways, if the U.S. can't pay its bills, which it has always paid his bills in the past. It was going to spell disaster for our accountability on the financial landscape as far as being the world reserve currency. That kind of goes out the window if we can't even pay our own bills. And so no, I'm not going to go into any details, but it's all agreed in principle. So they still gotta go and sign the paperwork. So it's not official, but it sounds like they've come to the agreement. So shouldn't be any issue there. So we can put this narrative behind us, which may be the reason or one of the reasons that Bitcoin is rallying. I would assume so. And then going into kind of my first topic here, we got Charles Hoskinson. He does these AMAs and get some little music here, but Charles Hoskinson does his AMAs on his YouTube channel, which he kind of just talks about. It's very similar to what I'm doing here. Just rant and ramble. He talks about political issues, the debt ceiling, talks about what's going on in other blockchains, a lot of regulation. But anyways, he was talking about Bitcoin ordinals, and he's saying that could look better on Cardano. And here's the thing. When it comes to the ordinals, it's essentially it's a shortcut. It's what smart contracts are doing, just in a gimmicky kind of way on Bitcoin. And I say gimmicky as the premise is, if you were going to build this functionality from the ground up, you wouldn't do it this way. But the degens have figured out a way to do that, and it's a testament to the Bitcoin network. It shows that it has flexibility and that you can use Bitcoin for more than just simply a store of value. And you can stamp important data on there, and as you mentioned, it doesn't have to simply be a picture. It could be a contract, a physical contract. It could be an important document like a deed, a last will and testament. There's one story I remember, it was a couple years ago, where a college student, she was sexually harassed, and she decided to, before she wrote to the college administrators, she took her letter that she was writing the college administrators and then stamped it on the Ethereum blockchain. And there, it was going to be there forever, as long as the Ethereum network was up. And that just shows you that, hey, even if you're scared of authorities, you can take action yourself to never have that muted or deleted. And so if you're afraid because you're at work and you've been sexually harassed, or in a school environment, or unfairly treated in any way, you could write down your statement and then put it on the blockchain, and then take a copy of your email, put it on the blockchain, and you can see the importance of saving data, because sometimes we've seen history where these people get quietly suppressed, right? The whistleblower thing, they try to make them go away. And so that's I don't know, there's a lot more going on than just pictures, basically. So the Bitcoin, he didn't really go too much into it. He's just basically saying my blockchain could do ordinals better. Of course it could. Of course your blockchain, of course Cardano can do NFTs better, because they can mint native assets that are not the regular ADA token, and so you can have your NFT, and then you don't need to stamp it on a Satoshi. You don't need to stamp it on a ADA coin. You can just literally mint an NFT and then have it traded on the blockchain. And you can do that with any kind of native asset. So you can do stable coins. We've seen that they have their stable coins out. So the possibilities are endless. So everything that they're building on the Ordinal blockchain is already 100% doable on Cardano, on Ethereum. And so just a reminder that Charles Hoskinson is like, y'all are like freaking out about this ordinal thing. Like, y'all think it's super cool. It's been here the whole time. Hello. So it's kind of interesting, and like a little slight from him, I think, more or less than anything else. And then also during this AMA, he also mentioned, it kind of gave an update on what's going on with. Let me make this a little larger. So, give a little update on what's going on with the Cardano roadmap. So there's been substantial work on a crucial protocol improvement on Cardano, which is called CIP 1694. Now this affects. So this is with node 8.0 and 8.1. And so they're gonna continue enhancing the Cardano ecosystem. And so the blockchain itself is still going through a maturation process, still upgrading, and big fan of Cardano here. But Hoskinson also highlighted its global community involvement in shaping Cardano's future. So currently 43 community workshops are basically little offices for education and also for partnerships. This is taking place across 6 continents, and so 43 different workshops, and they're collecting feedback from these countries and these workshops, and then feeding it into the proposal upgrades to make it more efficient. Also, he went over some of the updates on the Mithril and Hydra, and the 2 significant projects on the Cardano ecosystem. Mithril, a super lightweight proof certificate, is gearing up for its version 1 mainnet launch. And just remember, Hydra protocol and off-chain transactions is already in operation. So Hydra, think of the Lightning Network or something similar, where you're batching transactions and then checking in with the mainnet. That is Hydra, and offers a lot of scaling for that. So, and then, yeah, so that's the Cardano ecosystem. If you guys are fans of Cardano, or what do you guys think about Cardano? Let me know. I'm curious. Put a 1 in the chat, and then put a 2 if you're not. As I know, we're big fans of Cardano, so I think we got some Cardano peoples up in here. We got VLAD up in here, dropping the Ola, and I'm gonna do a quick little roll call here. So we got Greenburst, Kevin Cortez, Rusty Bot, Servando up in here as well. Didi, Kino, Phillip, Free, Matthew Merrifield, Reckles, Luke. To all of you, hola! Welcome, Sin City Crypto. So yeah, it looks like most of you guys are fans of Cardano. Arizona Hiker says 2. Which is cool. We don't need everybody to be Cardano fans. Also, Pat Murphy up in here, dropping a high. Hola! All right. So, moving on. We have another DeFi exploit. And so, we see these with regularity. And it always happens on projects that might not be a household name. And so taking a look here, that this was today or this morning, there was an exploit. $7.5 million was basically lost. I don't want to exactly say stolen, because they were using the platform as designed, but not intended. Now, the exploit was on Jimbo's protocol, something I'm not too familiar with. And with this, it was a liquidity issue and then slippage. So according to PeckShield, the hack resulted in 4,000 lost Ethereum, valued over $7.5 million. And you can see here the breakdown. I am no code expert, but swap to imbalanced pair, shift to force investment into imbalanced pair, reverse swap for profit, repeat above steps. And when you have DeFi, there's a couple things. One, if you lack liquidity, that ends up being a problem because someone can borrow, come in, drain, move things around. And so a lack of liquidity it's probably the worst thing for DeFi I guess the worst thing would be broken code, but lack of liquidity just doesn't work. All right. And remember, especially like a DeFi swap kind of protocol, or a blockchain service that lets you transact assets in some way, and whether it's borrowing or just straight swapping, these require liquidity. And if you think of a real world example, if you have a store, let's just say let's say you have like a pawn shop or something, and you go in there and there's just like one camera or two VCRs and that's it, like, and the stores are empty, shelves are empty. You can go in there and then just be like, yo, why would I even shop here? What's the point of this? And then, you're not going to get any value for anything you sell because the owner probably doesn't have any money. So you got to have a ton of liquidity, or it's like the leave a penny tray at the gas station. If there's only 2 pennies in the tray, the next person in line is probably just going to come and swoop that up and it's gone. But if you have a giant pile of change in there, the chances of somebody taking it all are not as likely. So these require liquidity. And then on top of it, if they haven't stood the test of time, you're going to have some code vulnerabilities. And if you have both liquidity and both issues with the code of the program, done. You're absolutely done. And so, yeah, this is, I would just recommend that when it comes to DeFi, just stick to the large platforms that you're familiar with. I would say that even then, I'd say maybe when there is a lot of liquidity, a lot of movement in the market, it's safer, but it doesn't stop exploits. And during the bull market last year or 2 years ago at this point, during the bull market, we saw that there was story after story of a DeFi exploit, and the amount of money that was lost to those were a lot more. But I think that with liquidity, it solves a lot of issues. But I mean, people can still borrow and do what they do in the whale games, And then on an interesting topic here, we have a TikToker, Morgan. So this TikToker, his name is Money Talk. Okay, so a wordplay here. Money Talk. So, anyways, this TikToker mortgaged his house for $500,000 to buy XRP, now losing money. And so, I'll give you my thoughts here in a moment. But so the social media personality who goes by the name Money Talk on TikTok, sold his house for $500,000 on February 24th. So not exactly the top. The February 24th, 2022. We had the top was already in. So not the tippy top, but definitely not where we're at now. Now he had told he had 50,000 followers. He would invest that in XRP. Based on the analysis, then he determined that the crypto market was in extreme fear. His move was to double down on the market, going against the trend of others. After conducting, so this is funny. After conducting a sentimental analysis The TikToker user concluded that the XRP market had reached its lowest point and had the potential to bounce back. Therefore, he invested all $500 in XRP, citing the mantra of being greedy when others are fearful. And at the time of his investment, the coin was trading at right around 70 cents. Fear and greed index was around 23. And he says he still holds his XRP. And so if you take a look at the price of XRP right now, it's at 47 cents. So it's actually not too bad. I mean, he's not even 50% down. I mean, he's probably down, I'd say, 150 grand, which kind of sucks. So if your initial investment was 500, he's probably around what do you think? 350,000 now. Kind of scary, but I do think he'll get the last laugh as long as he hodls. Interesting to see how this would shape up for his tax implications, because sounds like he's paying interest on this, and so he's probably going to have to exit when he's in the profit. Just I wonder how far into the profit, and then paying taxes. He's going to have to at least see $1 XRP for him to, after paying taxes and paying off that loan, I'm sure that he's got to be at least $1. And so when are we going to see XRP at over $1? Will it get there? I feel confident that it will. I don't think I would have, myself personally, I wouldn't have picked XRP just because of the lawsuit. It's a little too much unknown circumstances with the SEC. I feel like mortgaging first of all, you should never mortgage your house for crypto. Because you can never time. Because at the time he thought that was the bottom. There's nothing, there's nothing stopping Bitcoin from essentially going down to 15,000 again. Don't think we're there, but it is in the realm of possibility. And when this gentleman thought XRP was at its lowest in February 2022, little did he know that in December of 2022 it was going to be the lowest. So it just shows you you can never really understand the markets. You can just only assume and kind of make some decisions that way. So kind of interesting. Also interesting enough, I know we'll probably talk about this tomorrow on our show, on the live show, but Peter Schiff, he is launching an ordinal. And so the well-known economist investor now supports blockchain technology and non-fungible tokens. And so the biggest hater of Bitcoin and crypto, Peter Schiff, who, almost secretively is a Bitcoin fan, because he shares all of the dislikes for the fiat system. He shares all of the disdain for the monetary system we have now, hedging against inflation. He understands it's all the same echoes of why Bitcoin is as promising as it is. And he says all that with gold, though. And so the argument could easily be flipped from gold to Bitcoin. And, obviously us being in the Bitcoin space, we know that, hey, gold is inefficient. It is historically the world's best store of value over the course of time, but it is definitely it's definitely moves faster, easier to self custody, and less chance, if any, of getting seized by authorities. Now he's worked with a group called so the art's called Golden Triumph for art lovers and collectors, and so he's set to print an ordinals permanently recorded on the Bitcoin blockchain. Mr. Schiff has repeatedly said that Bitcoin is a bubble and that will soon crash, but I think he's coming around. It could also be, I wouldn't be surprised if Peter Schiff is in this mindset in the same way like Donald Trump is, or Donald Trump released NFTs. It's looking at it from a, hey, I want to make some money kind of perspective, right? And it's not like Donald Trump woke up and was like, you know what, this blockchain thing, it's amazing, it's great, it's going to be the future, NFTs are going to be the future, and for that reason I am going to launch an NFT just to prove to the world how bullish I am on crypto. No, we know why Donald Trump launched his NFT line. Somebody was like, hey man, you can make a lot of money launching some trading cards, but instead of doing it in a physical form, you do it online. He's like, oh, okay. Your wife did one. Oh, okay. It worked. It was successful. Why don't you do one? Raise some money. Boom. And then he launched the second one. And it's not that he's come around to Bitcoin and crypto. It's just he's come around to, hey, I can make money on Bitcoin, crypto, and NFTs. And I think that on one end, Peter Schiff might see the positives of Bitcoin versus gold. He might see that. He might secretively be buying Bitcoin. But I think this is more of a move for him to generate some income. I think that he's just like trying to make some money off of NFTs, man. You know, remember he had a bank in where was his bank? Somewhere in South America. They closed his bank. And so he's obviously has some failed businesses. Whether, you know, and the market is down, even though gold is hit new all-time highs not too long ago. And, you know, man, just trying to make some money. You got company, man. Launching NFTs. Why not? So, and then, yeah, that's going to be it for the article segment. And I don't have too much to say today outside of the crypto space. So if you guys got any questions for Big Rob, I'll be glad to see what you guys got going on. Y says, you guys just sitting watching YouTube getting hammered? There probably, you know. And then you know, Jimmy over here saying, is anyone else day drinking? And then what else do we got? And Arizona hikers taking shots of water. So, and then Jimmy's watching F1. Speaking of F1, F1 will be in Las Vegas in I think it's September, October, November. One of those 3 months. One of the Ember months. And first time it'll be run in Las Vegas on the Strip. The straightaway is in front of the Bellagio, Caesar's Palace. So very excited draw for our city. And I mean, F1 is huge, man. F1 is that sport was on the way out as far as viewership, right? And very interesting is that thing has gotten some massive audience now. They had the Formula One docu series on was it Netflix? Pretty popular there. And so that's that. And then we got Calathea says hola from Madrid. Yeah, so I am Portuguese, by the way. That's where my hola comes from. And we got Diddle the Skittle says hi as well. And if you guys got any questions about crypto or whatever, put them in the chat. I was thinking the other day, so I was and then Lordy's checking in from Hawaii. I was thinking the other day, so I've been having several conversations with people, and I have a circle of people that I used to work with in the restaurant, and that I still communicate regularly. And I'm just like, hey guys, and these are servers, people that are in the food industry that are on the customer facing side, so not the chefs. And I feel like most of those people, even though their salaries are pretty good, their money's pretty good, from the outside looking in, if you were to say, hey, would you like to wait some tables and make six figures? I think most of us would probably be like, hell yeah, like, why not? It's a your responsibilities are subdued compared to other professions around the same that make around the same amount of income. And but these people are almost all of them are miserable, man, and they just complain all day. And if you've been in a restaurant and you've worked with the service team, it can almost be toxic, right? And these people are just always complaining, and I think this kind of idea is shared across most industries. And so if you go to work, I'm sure you can relate to, unless you own your own business, but even before you own your own business, just imagine, just think back at the last company you worked for, and everyone there, there's always a large percentage of people that are complaining and miserable, right? And everything's always like the worst customer they've ever had, or they're having the worst day, or it's always just this boo-hoo, everything is terrible. And I think that isn't so much an indication of the job, but I think it's more an indictment that somebody's just not happy with their career choices, and they're not happy with the path that they have chosen and what they're doing for a living day in and day out, and they're not fulfilled by what they're putting their energy into. And maybe when you're younger, you're 20 years old, you're just happy to have money, and you never had any, and so you go to work, and wherever you're working, if it's the van store or a restaurant or wherever it is, you're usually pretty excited. You're like, yeah, man, yeah, young and energetic. And with that, it's a you're not at the point in your life where you're like kind of reflecting. You're 30, 40, 50 years old, and you're like, man, I'm still here waiting tables. And so there's people that are in my circle that I talk to, and that's what they're doing, and they're not happy, and they're just complaining, and I'm just like, look, man, it's time to wake the hell up, man. And if you're not happy, if you're not fulfilled with what you're doing in life, like, it's time to make a change. Like, and you can start by expanding on your hobbies. You can start by trying to make more out of your day than when you're at work. But yeah, man, I would just say that, like, stop the complaining, man. That stuff is so toxic. I don't want anything to do with that. And then when people come up to me and they're just like, oh my God, I had the worst day ever, and then this happened, I'm just like, yo, get that the hell away from me. You're like poisoning you're poisoning my day. Like, if like, hey, I stubbed my toe, ow, it hurts. Okay. Like, oh man, that sucks. Like, but if you're over here just constantly bickering about how bad your life is, like, go change it, because that mentality, that is infectious, and I don't want nothing to do with that crap, man. And I spend most of my days through meditation and motivational speeches and learning and videos to put my mind in my right mindset. And I try to get my mindset, try to motivate myself, and I try to reflect on what I'm doing. And so it's very important for me to because I have a very, very busy day and doing all of this and trying to tackle all of it. So for me, if I lose focus, it gets me off the rails. So if I spend all this time like trying to, hype myself up just to have somebody come in and bring all that negativity, man, I can't do it, man. I can't do it. It's terrible. But and then on top of that, these people, these people that are miserable, they find release by just going out and drinking at the bar at the end of the night, which nothing wrong with some drinks, by no means. But there comes a time where, like, hey man, like, what's important to you? Getting some sleep and waking up refreshed and trying to tackle something new? Or is it going out and drinking running up a bar tab, sleeping in, and then having an hour or two before you got to grab lunch and go to work or breakfast. And once you can establish what is more important to you, is it your friends or is it your goals? It's important to have friends, but think of it this way: nobody's gonna remember you for being friendly, right? They might say that when you're gone, week one, be like, "Oh, you're such a good friend," but you're gonna fade as a distant memory very quickly. And so if you're here in this world to appease other people and to have friends and go out and party and be the social butterfly, cool, yeah, I mean, you might be a good time then. But then when you leave this earth, what did you leave behind? Nothing. So for me, I want to leave more than just, oh yeah, he was a cool dude. Hey, he was someone cool. We used to hang out at the bar all the time. He's down to earth. Like, what is that? Is that what you lived your life for? You went to elementary school, middle school, you studied, you did your thing, you invested, you did all this crap. And then you just are the cool guy to hang out with. And then your kids are like, oh yeah, my dad was really nice. He was super cool. He was a cool guy to hang out with. Like, stop, that's not important. I'm trying to shake up the history books, man. I want to be part of something big, man. I want to be part of something that people are like, wow, like this guy was crazy. Like this dude, he wanted to do X, Y, and Z, got that done. So I don't know. I would just say that just work on your goals, and friendships and partying is not that important. You need people in your circle. You need a buddy. You need friends. You want to surround yourself with smart people, but don't let that cloud your mission, right? Do something big. All right, that is gonna be it for today's show. I got a plumber on the way out here, so I'm going to I have some water pressure issues. I know y'all don't care, but crazy, man. Water pressure will just skyrocket. All of a sudden, like all my faucets are like fire hoses. And then 2 days later, it'll be, like a little dribble. And so something's broken down in my pipes or regulator or something. I don't know. Anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow on Memorial Day. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Really appreciate everyone in the community, and excited to kick off this next quarter, because that's what we're doing. We're having a little quarterly meeting, and so excited to change a few things around, shake up our space, and grow our brand to something really, really, really cool. So, and then thank you so much for. Yeah, Kevin B says bad regulator. You know what? I think it is the regulator. As I see the regulator dripping, I found it. And then I was like, well, let me tighten or loosen it. The second I put a wrench on there, it started spraying water. And I was like, I'm going to have to call a plumber for this one. So thank you so much for joining us. We got some... Hit the wrong button. But all right, guys, thanks again. Tomorrow 11 a.m. Brian says, when meme coin? No meme coin for me, man. Might not be I don't think it's the best look.